Hi everyone, it is 6 o'clock here on this Tuesday, the day after Christmas. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas holiday. I've heard a lot of complaining though on social media, John, and it's just going to continue about the lack of snow.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about rain. That's just, I know. It's been a very bizarre year. I want to take a look at the winds here because the winds are cooling us down. And this boundary, very sharp boundary, is actually cold air coming in. It's typically, this is going to look like a warm front with the south wind. This is colder air. Jackson's 10 degrees colder than the Twin Cities right now. All the rain is falling north of the Twin Cities. If it was south, maybe we'd get some snow because it's colder in Owatonna. But at the moment, I would say areas, most of us in Chaska, 212, 494, we're seeing rain, at least for the next hour. If you want to wait, let's say you're waking up in Bloomington and you want to drive at 8:30, probably not going to be dealing with much rain. So wait it out. No need to rush if you don't have to. Blaine, still a lot of rain. Probably more 9 o'clock, a little later in the morning for the North Metro as we'll wrap up the rain showers there. If you're north, Pine City, Brainerd, it's going to rain all day. This is a rainy, wet day from St. Cloud north. A little bit more rain showers. Will it ever get cold? I'll let you know in your full forecast. Megan?
All right, as John mentioned, we are seeing lots of rain out there, but you can see things are still looking good. It's early. A lot of people probably not going into work this morning, so thankfully things are looking pretty good out there on the roads this morning. We do have a stalled vehicle in Bloomington on 494 westbound near France Avenue. You can see those lights flashing there, so just be aware this morning if you're heading through the Bloomington area on 494. We do have a stalled vehicle. Jason?
All right, thank you for the heads up, Megan. Our top story this morning, you're waking up to another wet, rainy day here in the Twin Cities. Definitely not December-like weather. Take a look at this video we got into the newsroom a few hours ago. Rain virtually non-stop overnight. Certainly not the white Christmas that everyone was hoping for, but also nothing like the blizzard and ice storm just out to our west. Cece's been tracking that and the travel nightmare that it's causing, Cece.
Yeah, causing so many problems. And, you know, we have radar up this morning and you can see that it's really just the states around us that are having these serious issues. We're seeing the Dakotas, we're seeing Nebraska, and we're going to start with North Dakota because more than a dozen cities there are dealing with an ice storm warning right now, and it's in effect until 6 o'clock tonight. So I want to show you a progression of how quickly things turned for the worst. So take a look at this. This is video from around 6 o'clock yesterday night, and you just saw some ice on the roads, ice on the side of the roads, also ice covered vehicles there. But now take a look at this video posted on X about 6 hours ago. You can see everything is covered in ice. The roads look slick. The National Weather Service says travel could be nearly impossible. Power outages are likely, tree damage likely. About 9 hours ago, the University of North Dakota Police posted on X saying they won't reopen campus until tomorrow at 8 a.m. It's the same story in Nebraska. They've been dealing with blizzard conditions, heavy snow, and high winds causing this semi to slide off the road. Here's another view from X. The slick and dangerous conditions causing multiple semis to jackknife on Interstate 80. Officials had to close eastbound lanes for a stretch and are telling drivers not to travel. And we're not forgetting about South Dakota. Portions of Interstate 90 are now closed because of snow, freezing rain, strong winds. No word, though, on when reopening will happen. But overnight, there have been so many new videos, posts on X showing the conditions across the country and these states that we're kind of focusing on. So I'll be back in about 30 minutes to show you more. Jason.
An absolute mess out there. So if you're planning on traveling to those parts of the country, you may want to reconsider that this morning. Well, other parts of the Midwest are dealing with difficult weather as well. The same system that brought all the snow and ice is pushing dense fog through Chicago. And that's causing problems in airports there, especially at Midway. We're told nearly 60 flights yesterday were canceled due to fog and low visibility. Midway is the fourth busiest hub for Southwest Airlines, and a spokesperson for the airline said it was all hands on deck trying to find different flights for passengers. So the big question is, how are things looking at MSP right now? This is a live look at the misery map. This tracks delays and cancellations. And right now there are some issues out on the West Coast and a few out east, but it appears we are pretty misery-free, thankfully, here in the Midwest. A reminder here that make sure you download that free KARE 11 weather app. You can use it to get personalized forecasts and live radar with one tap. You can scan the QR code right now on your screen. You can also find the app wherever you get your apps. Well, this morning, we're waiting to learn more about a developing story involving a fatal crash that killed a man and his dog. This happened in St. Paul on Christmas morning. Police say a driver hit the man and his dog at Park Street and Maryland Avenue. The man who was hit and his dog both died. The driver, we're told, did stop and cooperate with police. Also on Christmas morning, police are looking into a burglary that led to, quote, a significant amount of property damage. This happened at Tosley Motorsports in Vandus Heights. Police say multiple vehicles were damaged inside, significant amount of property damage. They say a suspect is in custody who led officers on a brief pursuit. Turning now to the latest in the Middle East, where the Christmas holiday did not bring a break in the fighting. Jay Gray is on the ground in Jerusalem.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu meeting with Israeli troops in the northern end of the Gaza Strip while fighting has intensified dramatically on the southern end. We know teams on the ground as well as airstrikes really pounding that area today. Searching, they say, for command and control centers and that web of tunnels that winds beneath the ground in Gaza. They say that they are making progress, this the IDF, and that they have hit targets, including, they say, a senior Hamas official, though they haven't released the name of who that might be. All of that while the Hamas-run Palestinian Health Ministry says a strike on a refugee camp killed as many as 70. The IDF says that it's reviewing reports of an incident there. Christmas Day in the Holy Land here in Jerusalem as well as in Bethlehem, very subdued. Not the joyous celebrations that you would normally see in both of these places. In fact, in Bethlehem, the Christmas tree that is usually in Manger Square replaced with a nativity scene wrapped in barbed wire and rubble. A wise man carrying not gifts, but instead a burial shroud. That's the latest from here in Jerusalem. I'm Jay Gray, NBC News.
6:07 on the clock. The FBI is now involved in the investigation into threats made against 4 Colorado State Supreme Court justices. The online threats were made against the justices who ruled last week to remove former President Trump from the state's 2024 primary ballot. The FBI says some of the posts were violent and others threatened to reveal their personal information. Denver police say they're adding extra patrols around those justices' homes. Woodbury police are one of the latest metro area departments to change their philosophy about high-speed chases. In order to cut down on them, the department is installing Star Chase. Basically, it's a dart launcher that shoots darts with GPS trackers that attach to the back of a suspect's car. At this point, they can only use it for stolen vehicles, but they're hoping the law will expand so they can put an end to high-speed chases entirely.
High-speed pursuits are one of the most dangerous things that we engage in as police officers, and it's really something that puts everybody at risk, from the officers to the suspect, and most importantly, the community.
So the darts were funded by the City of Woodbury's improvement plan budget, and they've been using Star Chase since August.